everyone has the right to be stupid now and then. But for the last 2 years, President Biden has abused the privilege. And this latest deal that he made with Iran is sort of the cherry on top.
This is not a payment of any kind. It's not ransom. These aren't U.S. taxpayer dollars. And we haven't lifted a single one of our sanctions on Iran.
The US is considering a deal with Iranian authorities to exchange 5 American prisoners held in Iran. The deal would include the release of 5 Iranian prisoners also and allow Tehran access to nearly $6 billion in frozen assets.
5 Americans imprisoned in Iran are set to be freed as soon as next month in a deal that releases some jailed Iranians and gives Tehran access to $6 billion in frozen assets. The Biden administration worked out the complex deal that would take oil money owed to Iran by South Korea that is yet to be paid out since the Trump administration imposed sanctions on Iran in 2019. Under this new deal, that money would only be used for humanitarian aid.
The regime won't get a dime of this. It's all designed for food, medicine, medical equipment for the Iranian people.
Former Vice President Mike Pence says Tehran won't be limited to using the money only for humanitarian purposes.
Iran's made it clear that despite the pronouncements of the Biden administration, they intend to use those resources for whatever they want. We know what Iran uses resources for. It's to support malign influences across the region, to further support terrorism around the world.
Other Republicans say the deal could create future problems.
We want to see hostages freed, but this is not the way to do it because you're just going to encourage the taking of more hostages.
The Biden administration has been tight-lipped on other details, pointing out the deal's not done and those 5 Americans aren't home yet.
The only thing that has ever gotten Iran's attention were the sanctions, and they're not strong enough. And if President Biden wants to, he can ratchet those sanctions down. He doesn't want to do that because he thinks that if he gives the Ayatollah in Iran a hug and a good hot cup of cocoa, that President Biden can win him over. And that's nonsense. I mean, that's weakness invites the wolves.